On Monday, gold prices plummeted another 229 points to $7, a decline of 4.7%, closing at $659.79. Since last Friday, gold prices have dropped more than 14%. President Trump nominated former Federal Reserve Governor Kevin Warsh to succeed Jerome Powell as Federal Reserve Chairperson last Friday, with his term set to begin in May. The market believes that Warsh's previous policy inclinations had a hawkish tone, which will weaken the appeal of gold. And this news is regarded as the main culprit behind the sharp drop in precious metals. In addition, CME Group announced last Friday that it would raise margin requirements for precious metals futures, with the new measures taking effect after Monday's close. According to the statement, for non-high-risk accounts, the margin for gold futures will be increased from the current 6% of the contract value to 8%, while the margin for high-risk accounts will be raised from 6.6% to 8.8%. For silver, the margin for non-high-risk accounts will rise from 11% to 15%, and for high-risk accounts, it will be increased from 12.1% to 16.5%. Margins for platinum and palladium futures will also be raised correspondingly. Furthermore, the U.S. dollar index continued its upward trend, touching a more than one-week high. The U.S. dollar index DXY rose 0.74% to 97.54, which had an adverse impact on precious metal prices. U.S. Treasury yields rose, indicating that speculators believe the possibility of Warsh cutting interest rates indiscriminately to please the White House has decreased. The U.S. 10-year Treasury yield rose to 0.5 basis points to 4.63%. The U.S. economic agenda for the rest of the week will include speeches by Federal Reserve officials, employment data, the S&P and ISM Services Purchasing Managers Index (PMI), as well as the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. According to Barron's, due to a partial government shutdown, the U.S. January non-farm payrolls report will not be released this week. All content is for reference only and does not constitute any investment advice. If you trade based on this content, you should bear your own profits and losses. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching.